After watching my buddy NefariousWes' video on the Gradius shoot 'em up series, I was at a crossroads as to how to pronounce the name of the franchise. Wes was more of an expert than I was at these games for sure, but did that mean he was right about the pronunciation of the title? I've been saying Gradius my entire life, but now I'm second guessing myself. So it's time we got to the bottom of this question, for this is Gaming Linguistics. I wanted to quickly mention, as usual, I'll be pronouncing the name of the game during this video the way I have always done, aside from the examples given until we reach our conclusion, so that means it's going to be Gradius. So, here we go. First things first, gameplay footage. The only footage I could find was pointed out to me by Wes. In Gradius 5, during a cutscene towards the end of the game, we hear them say what sounds to me as a bit confusing. I've replayed this clip over and over, and while it's a bit hard to hear, it sounds like they're pronouncing it Gradius. So, is this where our journey ends? Well, if you've seen the show before, you know that this is just the beginning. Because prior Gradius games didn't have any voiceover work in-game to properly pronounce the game's name, I decided to check out several of the commercials for the series, especially the ones from early on. Take a listen to a few examples here where you'll hear them pronounce the name of the game more like Wes does.
PC エンジン版 Gradius 発売中。Konami
スーパーファミコン第1弾 Gradius 3
Konami
It seems like we're at a bit of a standstill here. The Gradius 5 clip, what sounded like Gradius to me, sounds different to others, but the commercials all point to pronouncing it like Wes does, Gradius. So I figured I'd do a little homework on the origins of the word and see if I could find the answer there. I also worked with my buddy Jimmy Hapa, who lives in Japan. By the way, if you haven't checked out his channel, definitely do so, as it's one of the best for import gaming on YouTube. Links down below for Jimmy and Wes's respective channels. Anyways, the game Gradius most likely got its name from the word gladius, which is not only a type of sword that Roman soldiers used, but also in Latin the word means a generic form of sword. Every other meaning for the word gladius, from Squid Guts to even another video game developed by LucasArts as a strategy game, all root back to the same word. Now you'd think it's just as simple as swapping out the L for an R due to the Japanese language not having a proper L letter or syllable, but it's not. To explain, in Japanese the hiragana uses the A, I, U, E, O pronunciation for each syllable. For example, ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. For gladius, the trickiest part is the first portion of the word with the letter R subbing in for the L. Ra, ri, ru, le, ro. So the ra syllable would be closest, making the Japanese pronunciation Gradius. Getting back to the word gladius though, the origin of the word is in Latin. However, it's worth noting that the Roman sword is specifically pronounced gladius. Since North American English is rooted deeper in Latin, we can safely say that it's gladius.
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 Furthermore, the German pronunciation is the same.
Gladius.
Gladius.
Whoa, we just went over a ton of information here. So, what's the proper American English pronunciation? I'd say Gradius makes the most sense from our point of view. What we've proven is that it's definitely not Gradius, at the very least. And since American English is technically multi-language influenced, Gradius makes the most sense to me. So, what do you think about this? Would you consider it more appropriate to stick with the Latin and German versions, which would be Gradius? Or are you a Gradius loyalist like I used to be? Leave a comment down below. And as always, thanks for watching Gaming Linguistics. If you enjoyed this episode, consider hitting that subscribe button and liking the video. Also, check out these other Gaming Linguistics episodes linked on the screen. Take care.